Welcome to Into the Void. Itchy Braids here.
It's Ace.
And then we have a special guest today with us,
Keem.
Shout out to Keem.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how you got into Hermeticism.
It just started off with a point in my life, I guess. Like, it was a rough patch. Everything seemed like it was kind of just going downhill, but I always been into esoteric, like, literature. So I just ended up, like, looking into it, and then it just went from there, from, like, the Kabbalion and the 7 laws of the universe.
Yeah.
It just stretched from that.
So I have a question. What is that?
What?
What he said. What is the
Hermeticism?
Yeah.
What it kind of entails, it says that it stems from, like, Hermes Trismegistus, like the thrice great.
Okay.
And they say that every other religion is based off of the 7 laws of Hermeticism. So it's like it's like the first law is like the law of vibration, or like the law of rhythm, or mentalism, like as above so below, all is mind.
Okay.
And then it's like the principle of polarity and gender. I'm missing 2, I think, right now. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they all have their own little laws and like axioms and stuff like that.
Okay. So I do understand it. It's just I've never heard it as a group thing. I heard them in pieces.
It's not really like a group thing. It's more of, I don't know how to describe it without saying like a cult or like a group or like a religion or a spirituality. It's kind of just like the basis of being.
Yeah, I wasn't saying like as an occult or a group. I was meaning like I heard each of those like actual topics, but separately.
Yeah, they all in the book. It's by the 3 initiates. Don't know who that is. I guess it could be a person with 3 initiates, but like the good one that I like to describe is the all is mine, or all is mine. Like, you know, like let's say this is in the mind of the universe, or everything that you think of or that happens to you it's all mental.
Okay.
Like, it's not happening to you, it's kind of happening for you. You know how people always like, man, why does this happen to me?
You probably attracting it.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
It's basically just you and your energy.
I see.
Not to take off soft topic, but y'all want to walk that way just because the sun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know y'all know the law of vibration. That's a basic one everybody knows.
You'd be surprised. I'm gonna chill in the back since I'm the taller.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of surprised because I was at work and I was explaining that. I was like, you think that is sitting still? It was like, well, yeah, if you look at it. I was like, no, but it's moving. It was like, how?
Everything's a vibration.
I said, if you really think about it, the molecules, they always constantly moving. And they was like, all right. I was like, yeah.
In all honesty, we're not actually physically touching anything if you really want to be technical.
What is it?
The molecules are just so close enough they just don't want to touch each other. So that's how you get the sensation of feel.
Spitting knowledge right now. Do you think Hermes and Thoth are the same?
They're supposed to. Well, you mean like the Greek god Hermes?
And then Thoth, the Egyptian god. Yeah, I think they're the same.
They are actually kind of the same person. Like, the Egyptians named him Thoth, but his name was Hermes. Then they gave him the title of Trismegistus, which is thrice great.
Okay.
And y'all heard of the Emerald Tablets?
Yeah.
He was the one who wrote the Emerald Tablets.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think the original name is Tahuti. I'd have to fact check that for the video, but I'm pretty sure it's Tahuti.
I don't know. I gotta look into it. Actually, have not reread the Kabbalion in a while.
It's a long book.
It's kind of short. To me, it's short.
I'm gonna say with all the books,
They're
all huge.
Yeah, I'll binge it. I'll read it in like one sitting and then go back over it.
See, I'm learning here, so if I add if I have anything to contribute.
So as far as, I know you mentioned magic earlier. You don't have any experiences with magic or like working with the elements or anything?
Not really. I've just been reading on the attributes and like the attributes of the elements. Like the attributes are fire, earth, wind, water. Kind of, I would say personality traits, but it's not really personality traits.
Yeah, kind of like earth represents stability, things that are physical. Air representing the mental, intellect.
Yep.
Water is the emotions, and fire is usually the ego.
Yeah, it's along those lines.
Yeah, I just found out recently that at least in the Freemason lodges, they have something called the ordeal of elements. And basically the belief is, and you experience these ordeals through dreams and in real life. It's like trials. Say if you have a dream that you cannot move, that's an ordeal of earth.
That's the earth.
And that means that you probably struggling with letting something material go. Another one would be if you have a dream of people insulting you, somebody shooting at you, that's an ordeal of fire, which has to do with the ego. If you have a dream like that, instead of fighting back, they say you should respond with love, and you'll pass the trial. And each element has an ordeal to basically defeat, and once you defeat it, you move up along the path.
Alright, that's pretty dope.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Like the elements are cool.
My question is, if you don't get dreams,
If you don't have dreams, you face them in physical and in the astral plane as well.
now that's just for some of the viewers, because he just
Wait, say that one more time.
The people who don't dream, because there's going to be a person
And they
like,
what?
They'll face these ordeals in the physical world or the astral realm.
Yeah, because I don't dream.
At all?
I get 50-50.
It's either that or I don't remember them. But
Younger, I used to dream all the time. As I gotten older, it's like
nope,
darkness.
not even as a kid, darkness.
Every once in a while, give me a dream.
No, it's always been just sleep, wake up. I can't tell you the last dream I had. No.
My dreams are the most off the wall things to imagine.
To me, this kind of like is the dream. What people normally say, living the dream. I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Kind of like, have y'all seen this dude 607 going viral?
Yeah.
You know what he be talking about sometimes.
Yeah. I got mixed feelings on him. I like him. I like his personality and I like his videos. But I also get like, low key, I get agent vibes. I don't know why.
Agent.
I don't know why. I really don't. But I like his videos.
Like he a plant a little bit.
Yeah. He reminds me, he look a lot like, you ever heard of Rashad Jamal?
No.
Look up Rashad Jamal after this. I might actually put in this clip like them next to each other, because Rashad Jamal went to prison for something crazy. He was like a spiritual teacher, and then you get 607 Unk, and when I show you the picture, like they look identical to each
Yeah,
other.
I sacrificed my whatever he said. Then I put that on my mama. Like, I'm like, bro, he might be telling the truth for real.
Yeah.
You just don't know now.
But it's just things that he talked about, and I already knew they made sense. Like, if you go to sleep thinking about your next day before it happened, it'll happen the way you want it to be. I've experimented with that. It worked. But it's just like, you really gotta have faith and really want your day to play out that way. Because if you just get sidetracked on it, it's not gonna happen.
For me, I usually do like a thing of alchemy, of like I take whatever energy that's been thrown at me and convert it to something else. So, say like I have like a rage boost or something, I try to redirect that rage to something else productive. So say someone cuts me off road rage, I get home, what I might do aggressive cleaning or something.
Yeah.
Or I do something productive to transfer that raw energy into something.
That's how that's what alchemy really was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's what I've read about it. But they hid it in like text to make it seem like they was transmuting gold, when really your thoughts was the gold.
Yeah.
And you transmute that energy into, like you said, more productive stuff.
Well, that's what I use it for.
That's what I do with it.
Yeah.
You know, you can get mad or being like depressed or all the negatives, we could use it for something else.
What you actually said about people cutting you off, that sounded like an ordeal of fire just in the physical. Like, and the way you responded, instead of like cursing them out or, you know, the typical response, cutting them back off, you said you went home and you aggressively cleaned. And by you not responding, you passed that trial, according to the Masons.
Oh, I would just use that as an example.
But yeah, that fit what we're talking about.
It did fit.
Yeah, I just try to convert all energy to something more positive or productive in some form or fashion.
It's not easy though.
Energy can't be destroyed, so it has to go somewhere.
What's the saying? It can't be created nor destroyed. It just changes form.
Yeah.
On the topic of energy and elements, what's y'all zodiac signs? I know it's random, but Capricorn.
But I know my big three though.
Well, Scorpio.
Well, Sagittarius.
You don't know your other two?
What, the other elements?
Your ascendant and your
I know one is a Leo, and I don't know the other one.
I got the double earth signs and a fire sign. I got Capricorn, Aries, Virgo.
Capricorn, Aries, Virgo.
Yep.
I got Scorpio, Leo, Cancer. Look at that.
We got 3 different elements.
I know I got water somewhere.
You said Scorpio? Who said Scorpio? You said Scorpio? That's water, actually.
Yeah.
And what you guys said?
I have Leo, and I want to say there's a water one in there somewhere. It's only 3, so I'm like...
Yeah, I got earth and fire. Sometimes the fire is a little overwhelming.
Bro.
Yeah, I'll get angry sometimes, and then I'll just be like, you know what, never mind, it don't matter.
And
That's a fire sign, you just kind of have to chill.
Yep.
You just gotta chill.
This was crazy. Like, a lot of people would be like, oh, nah, astrology, that's not real. That's feminine or whatever.
It ain't nothing to believe in, though. That's the thing about it.
Yeah. Like, I can literally, there's been so many people I guessed, men and women, just off talking to them and the way they act, what they were. And they ain't believe in astrology, but it's like, a lot of it is really there. Like, the traits are there.
There's some truth to it.
Yeah. They don't have to believe in it. It's not something to believe in. It's more of a basis for character.
Yeah.
Because the elements tie into, like we were just talking about, the certain attributes. Like, let's say you a fire sign. Oh, now you might be energetic. You might be rambunctious. You might be overwhelming to some people, especially like a earth sign. If you put an earth sign and a fire sign in the room, it's gonna be, you know, kind of like a clash a little bit. Like, the fire sign might burn the earth sign down, or the earth sign might be so nonchalant, the fire sign just be like, okay, whatever.
I can't mess with this person. They too chill. Yeah.
Or the earth sign would just be very stubborn. So it's like,
That's like every earth sign is stubborn.
so I'm like, if we put in that case, me and my brother, I'm like, I can't get through to you, so alright, be stubborn if you want to. But don't talk to me later.
But like water signs, they kind of emotional sometimes.
Yeah.
And then air signs, I don't know, they all over the place.
Air signs,
like that.
they mind, it goes with the wind.
Hey, props up to the air signs. Shout out to y'all. Y'all be all over the place. Honestly, there's no sign that's better than any. So don't take what I'm saying as true. I'm just saying they all have their perks and benefits, and then they all have their drawbacks. So the best thing I can say to the people who are watching, try to take elements from all of them and incorporate it into one, like the Avatar.
That's what's really Actually, it's by Franz Bardon. It's called I think it's the key to. Alright.
Hey, there's what is it? A legend around here, a local legend of a 15-foot gator in there.
Yeah, there is.
Now, I don't remember if they said it was an albino gator, but I do remember they did say a 15-foot gator.
I just pulled that book up. It's called The Universal Master Key by Franz Bardon. Is about all the attributes of the elements and how you can bring them into balance and equilibrium, and then you'll be good.
Sounds like a good book.
I actually just finished. Well, I'm almost done. I got like 10 pages. But it started off with fire, and that's the hardest one for me.
See, as a fire sign, I live with this, so it does take a minute to get your anger under control if that's like where the fire comes from. Because people don't understand fire comes from a different spot, but everyone just assumes from rage. But it can come from different other areas. So say you were more of a talkative fire sign. So your biggest strength are debates.
You know, that's where my like talkativeness comes from. I got that fire sign in my chart, which is the Aries. I'll talk all day if you let me. But I also like to debate and stuff. And I try not to, because sometimes people don't like that. And then on top of that, I get a little stubborn about my view.
Yeah.
And I'll just have to let it go.
See, I pretty much do all ranges of the fire thing. But I just be chilling at this point. I know who I can talk to, and I know who I can't. But also, as a fire sign, you're amazing at rage baiting. don't give an argument. Yeah. Nah, I give it to earth signs. Earth signs and fire signs are easily good at rage baiting. Because the earth sign is very stubborn. So, say they stuck in a viewpoint, you're not getting them out of there unless they want to.
Sometimes I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll stay there.
I think water signs and air signs can also apply to that category, just because, like, water signs, like you mentioned, they deal with a lot of emotions, but at the same time, I think water signs understand emotions a lot better than most people, so they know how to play with emotions. And air signs, it's intellect, so they can play mind games with you all day.
And then don't let a water sign get mad. Now they cold. Just like the water.
But one thing I do respect about the signs is that each sign can do damage to each other unintentionally. So a fire can either burn out water, or the water can drown out fire. Now with earth, you make your relationship muddy? Like a water and an earth sign?
It can be.
And then, but air is the only one that's kind of confusing. Like you can blow fire out, blow sand around and dirt.
I don't know, but if you more like let's say you more like a boulder, and that air sign come up and try to blow a boulder away, it ain't doing that.
Nah. Only thing it could probably do is chip it away with a bunch of air, but it's gonna take forever.
But I don't know. The elements are cool. Then there was another book I was reading that was about, I think it was the book you sent me.
The Magician?
Yeah.
That's a good book.
It might have been that one, because it went into what the first couple of elements were, which was fire and water.
Yeah, I think that's The Magician.
And then how, I think it was air as the medium, and then earth was the very, very last one. Because it was all the elements put together, and it made the, what do you say, the tetrapolar magnet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading that. That one, it makes sense now that I'm reading the other book.
You gotta send me that other book. I want to read that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I got it in PDF form.
Bet.
But you don't ever think about how they say all of this is an illusion?
Absolutely. One thing people don't understand is that when it comes to our history, do you ever realize that we have like a cutoff point that we don't have nothing for?
Yeah.
So there was before the Industrial Revolution, there's a cutoff point. No one talks about, because we just say after the Great Plague, all right, the Black Plague.
The bubonic.
Yeah. So a third of the population is just wiped out. All right. But there's a period after that, and right before the Industrial Revolution, that is a blank for. So how do we end up recovering from that?
Are you talking about like the Renaissance period, or are you talking about?
So it's right around the Industrial period, like right before, because I'm gonna call it the Cabbage Patch area. So there was a thing that I've researched. All right, we don't know if this is actually true or not, but the Cabbage Patch Kids was a
Nah, I knew
theory.
you was finna say the Cabbage Patch Kid. I just saw that video the other day.
So the Cabbage Patch Kids were incubated humans. So that's why we have the term NPC. So they're not true real people. They just extra bodies that's floating around.
Bots.
So, but think about it. How many people we call NPCs?
A lot. They move like that.
And about what, 50%? A little bit over 50% of people don't even have inner monologues?
Really?
Yeah, that's what the video was about, which is crazy because you don't talk to yourself.
That's crazy.
Like, you don't have a true inner monologue, like, yo, do I really want to get this, or?
Sometimes I say it out loud.
What you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do I really want that? And people, what you thinking about? If I want this or not?
Sometimes you just want to hear your own voice sometimes.
Sometimes I get tired of talking.
The mind get crowded at times.
You know what is crazy? You ever been alone and you just have like no thoughts?
Yeah, that throws me off a couple times.
That's usually when I get into like a deep meditation.
The mind's quiet. It just...
On the topic of meditation, do any of y'all have any advice to offer to people that like just practices?
What, meditation?
Yeah.
I got one. So, when you choose the music that you listen to, choose music of their instrumental variations.
Yeah.
The reason why I say to choose the song of the instrumental variation is so the words of the song does not interrupt what you're thinking about. Now, I would choose more of a calmer, natural sounds, but if you're starting off, just choose instrumentals and just let your mind wander till however silence or to focus. I don't really know what.
Music throw me off. Like, if I'm meditating, I like silence. Or I'll go outside. You know how the birds chirp or like something on the ground make a noise. It kind of like brings your attention to it, and your brain's like, what is that? For me, that's more of, you can pay attention to it, but you can bring yourself back to the meditation. And how kind of like practice to not let your attention wander.
Yeah. But I was just starting off as people who are just trying to start off. Because not everyone has the luxury of getting like a quiet space.
I got one, and this might help people like beginners. This is what I do. I go in my shower, I turn off the light, make the room pitch black dark, and I do like a form of sensory deprivation. I make the shower water really cold, and like you sitting there in the darkness, eventually you'll start to see colors that's not really there. So in my head, I'm like looking through a kaleidoscope, but in reality, I'm looking in pitch black darkness, and that calms me down for some reason.
Do you know your eyes don't really see how you think they see?
Yep. Like the colors that you see right now are not the actual.
Like, not even that. Do you know that your eyes see upside down and your brain reinterprets the image?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, and I'm gonna show that in the video. The same, the scientific picture that they use is the same sigil for Lucifer.
Wow.
I'm gonna show that in the video, but yeah.
That's crazy.
I got a crazy off-the-wall fact. So you know the portobello mushrooms, okay?
Yeah.
So, fun fact. Those mushrooms are by a waste product, and if you break it down in the Italian word, it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing for it. It's just a bunch of farmers who came together, who saw this mushroom, and said, we don't need anything for it, but we're gonna give it an Italian name so we can sell it as food.
So they just made a profit out of it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, even if you try to make an origin for the portobello mushroom, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So it just came from nowhere?
No, so farmers had their cows that were eating mushrooms, so whenever they pooped or whatever, it growed, but the problem is that they ripped out the ground and they didn't know what to do with it. So they turned it into a profit. Just like seafood. See, like crabs and the shrimps were basically poor man's food until some random restaurant said hey, this is a delicacy from Europe.
gotta get the lobster.
Yeah, they basically started the finesse.
Yeah, that's the system.
That's kind of like how it is right now with a lot of things. Like people at my job, they're like, I remember when they used to throw oxtails away. Now it's $40 a pack of oxtails.
Oh, it's crazy. We used to get oxtails for so cheap when I was a kid. Now it's crazy.
Then that's what they always come in saying.
It's 95% bone and 5% meat.
That's if you get loads.
I'm just saying in general. That's how I feel. Now, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying that's how I feel.
No, I ain't saying it's not good. Yeah, it's good. What's like $40 for 3 pounds? No.
On the topic of food, what's the most bizarre food y'all have tried?
Octopus. It was bizarre to me. Calamari was bizarre. It's like you hear about it, but actually trying it's a different story.
Can't say.
That or goat cheese nachos.
That sounds good. Goat cheese
is good though.
It's fire. I love some goat cheese. Bizarre. I don't know, like tomato jam on a bagel.
Huh?
It's different.
It was good. I was working at Symmetry downtown.
Okay.
And they took this bagel, put tomato jam on it, avocado, egg, and I think bacon or something else. It's fire. Phenomenal. You would have never guessed that jam was tomatoes.
For me, it's probably rattlesnake jerky.
Probably tastes like super gamey.
Nah, honestly, it was pretty good. It tastes like regular jerky. It was more of a purple color.
Purple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just never heard of meat about that.
Purple.
I don't know how I feel.
Was that a rainbow boa? Oh, you said
that was rattlesnake. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Was it Atkins? The Pokemon?
That actually might be where the inspiration come from.
You know, Atkins is just snake backwards.
Yeah.
All backwards, cobra backwards.
I know, it's not crazy. Cause like we ran out of ideas.
Dude, there's a thing like an ice cream Pokemon design. I think it's like Togepi or something. I don't.
The Pokemon in the egg.
No, it's.
You might be talking about Vanillux or something like that.
Vanillux. They got ideas, dude. Cause what was it, 1,000 when they first dropped, or like the first 100 or first 1,000? Now they got like 10,000 in deep, and just like they don't know what to start calling things. They don't even combine animals no more. They just are like.
Kind of like with movies. They run out of ideas.
Think about it. There's movies are being rehashed again right now.
Yeah.
So some of them use the same title, like the movie World at War of the Worlds. So we have the Ice Cube one that just came out, but there was a Tom Cruise one beforehand with the same title.
I watched the Tom Cruise one. That one was good.
Now I'm still stand by the Ice Cube one. It's a good movie, not for action though, but for the information that it does give.
I don't want to watch it now.
Because it shows you the way of how the surveillance work. So that's why. That's why I still recommend the movie. Don't look at it for action. Look at it for the information that is giving you. Well, how the government could actually move, or any governments will actually move.
Do you know that when they show stuff like that, it's them like releasing their karma? Do you know? You know what I mean by
there's a rule. There's a law that they have to show you before enacting upon it.
Yeah, that's the law. That was basically the law of karma.
Yeah.
In order for it to be avoided or something to happen to you, you just gotta let it be known.
Yeah. And what's crazy about everything, the ingredients in food, like fast food right now, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize in certain cereals there's a compound that's used for laying concrete down.
Do you know every cereal on the box says bioengineered food ingredient on it? I started eating cereal when I seen that. Every single cereal.
I stopped eating cereal years ago. I don't eat breakfast in general because I feel like it's just to me it's a waste of a meal. I can't wake up and just say I need scrambled eggs in the morning.
Breakfast is actually to break the fast.
Yeah.
Because from your body sleeping, break fast.
I like to extend it. I like to extend the fast until like lunch to dinner time.
Yeah, I'll wait until like afternoon or something to eat.
Because to me, what I found out is being hungry keeps you more focused than after you eat a bowl of food or whatever. Say like you wake up or you're doing a task, or say I'm gonna use video games for an example. You're playing a game, you're hungry, but you're dominating. Once you eat food, you start getting sluggish and you kind of feel relaxed, and then you just don't play good.
Yeah, all your energy went to digestion.
Yeah, I can speak for that. When I fast, my mind is like super sharp.
Lightning.
Yeah, tunnel vision just.
But it's reasons why people think they need to eat 3 times a day.
Yeah, we've been indoctrinated and programmed to think that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I got one for y'all. The indoctrination of bacon. The only reason why we even eat bacon in the morning is for the simple fact that the pig industry had so much excess meat that they said we're gonna make the most important meal of the day, eggs and bacon. Because beforehand, nobody was eating eggs and bacon in the morning. Like, think about it. The concept of breakfast wasn't like the first thing on the mind, especially eggs and bacon. It was probably like porridge, grits, or some other type of meal.
Yeah, grits fire.
Yeah.
Like, and I bet you probably know the food pyramid is upside down.
Absolutely. We shouldn't even eat the amount of meat that we actually do. It should be way smaller.
What's the acronym for Standard American Diet? SAD. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
Yeah, but when I start telling people that, like, what? No, I'm gonna still eat 3 times a day, and you wonder why you feel that way. But it's not for me to tell you or to try to convince you to change your diet. You gotta want it yourself.
That's what a lot of stuff, like especially along the terms of the stuff we're talking about, people, you can't just push them into it. They gotta find it for themselves. A lot of people I'm noticing.
Some people don't want to find it though.
They don't.
They all just be ignorant, and they do say ignorance is bliss, because it is. The more knowledge you get, the more unhappy you get, because I ain't need to know that.
Honestly, another thing is that our bodies are not meant to eat food every day.
Yeah, I try to bring up that point on, like, just imagine if you was a caveman, or like, let's say you're a hunter. You're not eating every day.
Nah.
We might go a week straight without eating.
Like, you gotta go hunt for that, and you're gonna hunt probably in a fasted state.
Yeah, you're gonna be hungry. So, and think about it. Humans are one of the most determined species on planet Earth. Think about it. There's a tribe right now that can run for hours, days, non-stop, at the same consistent speed. Imagine that's their strategy of hunting down bigger animals.
We ain't doing that.
No.
Not in America.
I'm not
doing that.
I ain't trained for that.
I read this African tribes.
I ain't trained for that.
They chase the animals till the animals die out of like just being tired. They chase them until they die. Like, that's crazy. I can't imagine.
Like, just imagine running at something and it's just like, oh yeah, he tired. Get him.
Yeah. But hey, we hitting the 33-minute mark.
It was nice out here.
Honestly, it is. We got the lake in the back.
Yo, I keep getting like. That's why I got pants.
I was debating on pants.
When you said trail, like, do I want to go change? Nah.
But also I want like enough like sun to skin contact. Absorb the sun.
That vitamin D.
The only proper way to get it. I even found milk is actually,
I don't drink.
it does reverse effects.
Yeah,
It actually
like
strips from
strip the calcium, do all that crazy stuff. People like, oh, I love milk.
I can't do it.
I frown at them. You can love your milk over there. I don't like that.
And even though we try to substitute it with other things, milk in general is just not good for us. Here's another thing. Why is this milk that we buy in the store pure white, but when it comes from the cow, it's like a yellowish white tint?
They say it's better to drink raw milk than pasteurized milk.
That is gross. You know what milk is? It's just the pus and mucus and all that just nasty stuff from the cow. And
I'm scared. Keep it.
Nah, I don't want to deal with that.
But yeah, man. Keen, you should definitely be on some future episodes if you like.
I'm down. I had the opportunity today, and he was like, if you down? I said, yeah, I'm down. I've been waiting.
This episode has been all over the place. But this is our channel though.
That's what makes for good content.
It's authenticity.
We
might
have
the
to
outro?
What's the quote?
So we end with a motivational quote. It can be anything.
Yo, here's the guess. What's the quote, man? What's the quote for the day?
The quote.
Yo, what's the quote? What you got on top of your mind?
You are more than what you think you are. You just got to believe in yourself.
Well, we can leave off on that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go. What you believe, you will achieve.
The fact I had a feeling you was gonna say that. I had a deep feeling.
That's 100% right.
I had a complete feeling that once he said it, I was like, I knew exactly how he gonna say it. I have too many quotes, but for today, I don't have any.
Come on, you gotta end with one. You can make up one.
You know what? There's 1,000 things every day. Make sure you follow in your dreams. Don't make sense.
All right. Yeah.
But that's what I'm leaving off.
That it makes sense.
Usually, I always end off with an inner child quote.